Hey lad, Thursday morning, too early, don't want to know the time, don't want to look at it. 12-hour shift ahead, gonna smash it, and then I'm off on my Ollie Bops. Little trip away, happy days week off, that's what we like. So, announced yesterday that Manchester United will sign Andrey Santos from Chelsea for 50 million plus add-ons, or is it 48 million plus add-ons? So before the typical United meltdown, I think people need to properly sit down and think about this signing. Now I remember him when Chelsea signed him. At the time he was a little bit of a superstar in Brazil, and it was like, oh, it's a decent one, but the lad was never going to get into that Chelsea team. Casiedo and Fernandez, you know, there wasn't any chance, and young players don't get chances at teams like Chelsea and Manchester City. So people saying that, oh, he couldn't get into that Chelsea side, well, I'm not surprised. Casiedo's amazing, and then you got bloody Fernandez, who's a very good player. So I don't think we're not buying like a player who hasn't got the talent. I think we're signing a player who's got potential still. He's a young player. But rather than Wilcox go off data, they've probably been scouted, but they go off data, and that's how we signed Lemens, you know. And I like the fact that we're not going for shirt signings. We're going for players who will hopefully do a job, and that's what we need at United, is players that will put a shift in and do a job. So really, like Edison coming in, Santos coming in, there's a bit of energy in midfield there, with Mainu as well. Obviously, we are seriously lacking this defensive midfielder. I do wonder, because there's a lot of fucking smoke with this, if too many from Madrid could be happening. I hope he's not our Gareth Bale that we chase all summer and nothing happens. But he's a world-class player. Too many. So there is that one player needed. Need to look at a full-back then and a striker, or they come out and tell us that Rashford's staying, and if Rashford is staying, he could be our second centre forward as well as left winger. So it could be that we just, if we can get too many in, and then we look at a fullback. Lewis Miley, Anthony Robinson. Remember, this is cover for sure. We've got Harry and Mass coming through as well. But I said, you know, we can't go through this week without a signing. And, you know, if it's going to be Edison, if it's going to be Santos, I'm not going to complain too much. I'm not going to complain too much. I saw on one of the United vlog that they think 50 million is too much. You tell me a player with his value that isn't too much nowadays. It seems to be that it's a minimum 50 million at the minute for any player. Yeah, Elliot Anderson ain't worth 130. Tonali's not worth 100. Fernandez ain't worth 85 million. You know, the centre half from Brighton, Van de Heck, he weren't worth 50 million. So I think it's just the price it is. It's another mental transfer window. I think next summer, the transfer window, I think at the minimum on players is going to be like 60 to 70 million. It's absolute madness. But if you've got to pay it, you've got to pay it. 50 million for a young player who's got the potential to be really, really good. Then yeah, I'm all for it. So it hasn't been, like, Edison hasn't been confirmed yet. Santos hasn't been confirmed by the club, so until they're in, but it's looking promising. But we need that one more midfielder. It's difficult with obviously too many at the minute because they're in the bloody World Cup, and it's very difficult to do these signings, I think, when players are in the World Cup. France playing tonight against Morocco. So let's wait and see. I think too many's going to be one of these that comes in probably after the start of the season, which is, I don't like that, but it is what it is. But yeah, Andrey Santos for me, decent decent signing. Go back to last season when we brought Lamens in. Same conversation right now. Lamens, decent signing. Now he's like our number one goalkeeper. I wouldn't have anyone else. So yeah, let's see. It could be the Santos turns into that midfielder where it's like, see, I knew he was good. I knew he was good. Yeah, at least we're seeing a little bit of progress, a little bit of squad inflation. And it's pointless even talking about the money side. It really is, you know, because 85 million for Mateus Fernandez, crazy money. It could be that Ederson's the bargain of the season for 35 million, you know. But again, you go for an English Premier League player, 50 million. It is what it is. At least you'll have that. At least you'll have knowledge of what the English Premier League is. It won't be a surprise to him when he starts a game. And again, that's what Kuna and Bumo, that's what really was good about those signings last season. You know, there was no shock factor. They were settled into Premier League football. Yeah, so that's all that's going on at the minute. Like I said, there's holidays coming up. Hopefully do more videos, not in the car. That'd be handy. Be able to do them sat down somewhere. Yeah, so like and subscribe, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. More to come, and I'll see you very soon.